Okay, so the next day that you are here, we are going to start this mandala. We are going to use a really big circle as a pattern, and you're going to need 4 circles. Okay, you're going to need 2 of them that are, where are they? 1/4 of an inch thick, okay, which is what we normally make everything. So you would just sit this on top and cut straight up and down and cut this out. Okay, so there's one, and I'm going to do another one. So same thing. Whoops, make sure right on the edge and still straight up and down. Kind of moved that one. Okay, so 2 circles that are 1/4 of an inch thick. I rolled these out 1/4 of an inch, and then if you are changing, or we will change this, we need 1/8 of an inch slabs. And so this is what the design is that's going to be on top of these. So I rolled this first through as 1/4 of an inch, so it would smush it down to this thickness, and then I readjusted the knobs and rolled this back through, okay, because 1/8 of an inch is really thin. And this is just a warning, you gotta check the settings. Like if you don't check them, then you're probably someone before you moved the settings and it's not going to be the right thickness for you. Okay, so you're going to need this one, and then you're also going to need another one that you are going to cut out. Okay, so this is what we are looking at. You would have 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch here. And then we do need to make a copy of this. And so if it depends, some people might know how to do that where they can lift it up and put it in there. If not, this sub, we won't do this part, and we will just assemble the parts that we have. Okay, you're also going to need a long slab that is 1/4 of an inch thick. And so remember that the slab roller is not going to make anything taller. You need to put it in more horizontal, so it will stretch it out and make something that is long and skinny. And so there is a cardboard pattern that you will use for this, and same thing that you'll put this down and go ahead and cut. Make sure this is straight down and you don't get an angle on it. Okay, so you can see this is what we have. So these are, if we're taking inventory, this is everything that we need. We need a 1/4 inch thick slab for the sides, and then we are going to need 1/4 of an inch or 2/4 of an inch circles, okay, and then 2/8 of an inch thick circles. Okay, so these are going to be set aside. This is for the design. This is going to get sandwiched in between both of these, so you kind of think about this piece being on the table, this piece going right on top. Okay, and scoring and slipping where they touch, okay, which you guys know how you would do that. Okay, so you would score and slip this back part and the bottom. You would need a reinforcing coil inside here. So that would also need to be scored and slipped. So you would have a piece that would go inside this part that would get scored and slipped and blended. And then you would do the same thing on here where you would score and slip and put this piece on And same thing, you would need to put a reinforcing coil in there. Okay, you can see that it is starting to sag. Okay, if it's doing that, once you put those reinforcing coils in, it would probably be a good idea to wad up some plastic bags and put them inside. So the nice thing about plastic bags is they won't absorb any water, and so you can just wad these up and put them inside, and this will help like prop that piece up so it won't sag down to the bottom. Now the hard thing about this is, how do I move it? It's probably going to be pretty soft. The best thing is to start with this, which I did not do, start with this on a dry paper towel, because then this paper towel allows you to move the project without having to like lift it up. It also helps you drag it like to the edge, to where you can get your hand underneath it and pick it up. And then just always remember, you're going to have to wrap this up and make sure that you keep this wet. You can, once you get to the outside of this, remember that this part will need to be blended once you score and slip this all together, to complete the outside of that. Okay, so this is where we're going to head tomorrow. You'll need the 4 circles, this one rectangle, okay, this piece of cardboard, and just remember, we're scoring and slipping and putting reinforcing coils in.